Hey guys, it's Clash Enthusiast here with another episode of Road to Town Hall Level 11 Tips and Tricks. Today it looks like we got raided, and we won 22 trophies somehow. There's a huge possibility the guy really sucked, and usually it happens when you're down and there's trophy counts. Let's just watch the replay. Sadly, it only lasted 16 seconds. He brought a few archers and placed them right next to my cannon and where my archer tower could actually just shoot them down. And it doesn't look like he at least got halfway through the cannon and quit when there was one left. He lost 6, we won 22. And it looks like our town hall level 2 upgraded to town level 3. And we should actually collect all of our collectors, finish them off, get some more resources, fill that stuff up. Maybe upgrade some stuff, maybe walls, and clear some obstacles. It also looks like we got a achievement finished, upgrade to town level 3. And because we have a town level 3 now, we can actually use the base edit mode. Sadly, we don't have a clan castle, we can't use the war base. And what a war base is when clans have wars, that's the base you use during a clan war. And I should actually just get into a quick raid right now. Our camps are full and we fill up with barracks. And once we're in a raid, our barracks actually just fill up our army camp while raiding. And because our town hall level is 3 now, we have a few more buildings to put up. And a lot more walls, thankfully, so we can protect our base even more. Like usual, like I said in the first episode of this series, never use gem on maybe something that's not time consuming, like 10 seconds for example. And obstacles usually spawn, especially nature ones. Once you clear a rock out, another rock will never spawn. Unlike trees and tree trunks and possibly bushes, any nature would actually just spawn the next day, and they're a great source of gems, usually between 1 gem through 5 and 6. Sometimes they don't give any, but that's kind of common. Now we're just building up the walls, getting more defenses up, blocking out the cannon from out enemies. And if a barbarian were to come, he wouldn't be able to attack that cannon without attacking the wall. Luckily we have another camp, so if we actually build this we get 20 more slots, and in total we would have 50 troops in our army camp if they are single slotted. Different troops have different capacities that they take up in the army camp. Like for instance, archers and barbarians take up 1 slot each, and giants take up 5. Wizards tend to take up 4, and that's what we also saw in the beginning of the episode, or the first episode, for instance, where the wizards took up more slots than the barbarians, and we used the barbarians to tank for the wizards. Now, luckily our first raid, it was in our first try. It looks like he has 4,000 of each loot, pretty much. And most of it is in the outer sections where the cannons and archer tower can't really reach our barbarians. And even if they do, we can put some barbarians on top somewhere and distract it with a wave of barbarians, like I'll probably show you in a few seconds or so. And we took about 1,000 gold from the storages. Doesn't look like they had any actually. And then most of the gold will be in the collectors, the mines themselves, and the collectors. And as you can see, the cannon actually starts to reach our barbarians. They'll probably finish the mines off before the cannon destroys them. And we'll have to deal with the elixir collectors soon. But while the mines are getting destroyed, I'd rather start on the elixir collectors and finish this raid out in a good amount of time. There you go. And another thing is that the top mine over there, the cannon can't reach the barbarians that's slowly gnawing on it, and so we don't have to do much over there. And then the last 16 barbarians we have to use them as an attack and as a distraction for 2 of the cannons, and you'll see that soon. That one went around. The one that's attacking the wall right next to the clan castle will be aimed by the cannon. And the secondary cannon on top will start attacking our barbarians that are attacking the stick collectors, so we have to distract them with more barbarians that are attacking the barracks. Now, because the clan castle has so much HP, you can't really destroy it, and now that the top barbarians that are attacking the electric collectors are right next to the cannon, it will attack the one that is closest to it. And sadly, there's 1,000 gold left inside the clan castle, the town hall, and that town hall is possibly impossible to reach right about now because we have no troops left, and the rest of ours is about to die. But the good thing is we got 1 star, 53%, and in that way we didn't lose the battle. $11 cups, 3k gold, 2.8k elixir. Upgrading our mines to level 2, upgrading our electric collectors to level 2 or so will give us more loots, more resources when we log back in the next few minutes or so. And we should just put up a few mines. Mines also have knockback damage. When a swarm of barbarians or archers come near it, the mines actually move it or push the barbarians back. I usually call them mines just for the fun of it, but they're actually called bombs. Our next achievement that we should look forward for would be trying to reach for a higher level of cups, maybe closer to 1,000, of which people have more loot. And because we have a new town hall, we would have to make a better base than just this. The wall surrounding our town hall doesn't look that good. Still, 1/3 of our base is not secure, it's not covered by a wall. And so now we have a level 1 camp. Now, the 200 from that level 1 camp added to the level 2 camp, which is 30 spots, will give us 50 troops. And thinking about that, 50 barbarians is really good, especially during raids. We could get more loots for our town hall level 3, and possibly upgrade some walls, maybe get a mortar or so. We should strive for mortar just because of the splash damage, and thanks to our new storage, we can possibly get that because our max gold capacity is 8.5 thousand. And right about now, we don't need that much elixir. Most of our items here, the things that we need to upgrade, are buildings, and the buildings usually require gold. Now we should actually just look at what base we might want to build, and once our troops are ready and full, we could just see to find a base, maybe with a lot of gold, and upgrade, and possibly get a mortar or so. And if not possible, we can get that next episode, hopefully next episode, and maybe by the end of this episode get a new base, make one that's perfect for our status. Maybe it's a farming base or a trophy base. Trophy bases are actually where town halls are in the middle, where they want to stay in the middle and not lose any trophies, so they can get higher up in the rank and possibly push for their clan or so. Because we don't have a clan, we actually want to stay down here so we can actually put our town hall outside of our base and start farming. Now, luckily our first raid turns out to be beautiful. 5.2 thousand gold and 6.7 thousand elixir. The defenses are on the outside. We have 50 barbarians. We just lay them out there. Maybe just sacrifice them. Even if we do that, we gain whatever we want. If we were to sacrifice 15, we still wouldn't lose this battle because the other 35 would accomplish much more for the greater good of our town. And luckily, 10 barbarians destroyed that level 2 cannon and are now destroying this town hall. Most of the gold is in that level 5 mine over there, and as you can see, just from that level 5 mine, our gold is full pretty much. And now we're aiming to get that 3-star, maybe finish this guy off, take all the loot, even though we don't need all the loot because our elixir is full. Our gold would possibly need the 250 more gold from this base, but it's just an insult to injury when you have destroyed this whole base and your storages are full and you just want to kill this guy, wreck his base. That's pretty much the fun in this game. That's a percentage of the fun that comes from this game anyway. And now, because this guy scattered his collectors and mines and possibly a builder's hut or army camp to the right, our barbarians would have to walk all the way through the left and then go to the bottom and then destroy the army camp that is on the right and go to the far right and destroy the barrack. And once this guy comes on and logs back into his account, you'll see that his base is fully wrecked and that we took most of his loot. But one thing to notice is that when somebody doesn't log on or is inactive for a while, you can actually notice this by his collectors, his mines being full. And it looks like this guy might have just quit the game somehow, some way. It's pretty sad to think about it, but destroying him is still better nonetheless. And now, once we go back home, we're going to look at our base and say, what a ugly base we have here. So, the best thing to do is wipe it all out, press the remodel base button with the hand and such. But before all that, let's just fill up our barracks, and then once we're done with the remodeling, we would just stop there, see that our base is perfect, our army camps are full, and then next episode, we will do another raid. But right about now, let's just clear this place out and make some room for our new base and just see if everything is proportionate to how much land we have. And just to look at our base, our gold and elixir mines are on the outside. Nobody wants that. Everyone wants a secure base that protects their loot. So we actually need that. We need to upgrade our walls also, just to protect most of our loot, but upgrading one defense, not walls, maybe just an archer tower, or possibly getting a mortar, or maybe the cannons. Sadly, from that raid, we couldn't reach 8,000, so just for today, we will not be able to get that mortar, but luckily, or 100%, we will get that mortar next episode. Now let's just think about what we should do. Of course, we want to get higher up in trophies, so we would have to put our town hall right in the middle of our base and just protect it as well as we can. The mines will be on the outside, being like walls. Anything like an archer or a barbarian would actually have to attack the buildings, the collectors on the outside, to get to the walls. And then once they get to the walls, until they get to the walls, our defenses will be just hammering them down and possibly destroying them before they get close. So right now I'm just putting a few things out there trying to see if it's good. Maybe it's symmetrical in some way or another. Right now, this base design in my head that I'm thinking of should be perfect for this base. It should fit, like I said so before. I just need a little bit more, or maybe it's just the perfect size. Maybe by bringing the town hall up, bringing the barrack behind the rock, and then building from there would be a good idea. But let me just try something out with the walls, see if it's okay. And put the wall, the barracks right next to each other. Triangulate this thing. Make an arrow on top. And make the walls touch the barracks. Now, usually you would need a 4x4 block or a square to fit one building that is a 3x3. And I'll be demonstrating this right now. We'll possibly put a defense in here, maybe a cannon, and let's put our arch tower in the middle. Instead of a trophy base where our town hall is in the middle, we should just put our town hall on the outside and push with the troops we have. Even if we lose, let's just say 6 cups, 7 cups when somebody raids us and destroys our town hall, we can just easily get that back by raiding. And so, from right now, the base looks good. I mean, all of our storages are defended, our defenses are inside the base, and nobody can possibly attack them. At least those two anyway. We're gonna have to put one cannon outside. Let's make it symmetrical. And this cannon should be getting defended by some sort of building. Hopefully our largest buildings, the army camps. And because our collectors are not that high of a level, they will not be able to help defend against this cannon. So if an archer or a barbarian was to attack the collectors and behind the collectors was a cannon, it would be destroyed really fast because the collectors and mines are pretty weak. So this is the reason why we put army camps instead of the collectors. And where the best thing for us is to actually just put the builder's huts on the side, because most people that are new to this game do not look at the full map. They just look at the town hall in the middle of the base, and something weird about the game is that it relocates the screen every time we search to center their town hall. So next time you try pressing next and spending some gold, you should possibly just see that every time you do next and try to find a raid, their town hall would be right in the middle of your screen. And that's how it works. Or in some cases where there is a town hall that is outside of their base and it's a farming base, the game itself should relocate itself into the middle of the base instead of right next to the town hall. And now the archer tower has a great view of the base, the cannons have a great view, and so does the bottom cannon. Luckily the top cannon is protected by walls and buildings, and all we have to do is make it a little bit more symmetrical. Sadly the town hall is to the right, but the town hall has the most HP right now. You can actually tank most of the stuff that is thrown, and while it's tanking that, the archer tower would destroy the attacking army. And now that our base looks perfect, we should upgrade a few things. Storages are possibly the best, but in your case, defenses might be the best option. And our camps are full, so next episode we can raid and get a mortar.
And if you like this video so far, my last video should be on the left, and my latest video should be on the right. And don't forget to leave a like, comments, and don't forget to subscribe because I post on this channel every single day. And thank you for watching. See you next time.